Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Belgium, where we are racing at the gorgeous Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. The qualifiers are ready, and 19 drivers are battling for victory. On pole, we have, for the third week in a row, LMP Farhan with a 2:17.331, more than 2 seconds faster than P2's RMR Widget. Newcomer SDAR Star has snatched P1 in Group 2 with a 2:23.882, beating out Newmaster 69 by only a tenth of a second. The lights are out here at Spa, and Farhan gets away on the inside line, looking to cut off Drunken Thunder into last source, with Widget closely followed by Rook and Boring Bong making up the first group to hit the hairpin. Newmaster edges ahead of Star toward La Source, putting pressure on Count Hesley, and hard break by Tactician lets Star sneak ahead on the inside line, with Snuda getting a run out of the hairpin to challenge Newmaster on the outside. Coming in a Radion, it's Farhan, Widget, Drunken Thunder, and Rook, and Drunken Thunder is taking the right side lane on Widget as they scream down the Camel Straight. Drunken Thunder is moving into P2 as Farhan opens a gap. RMR Bam Bam pressuring Boring Bong for P5. Tactician leads Nismo, Snuda, and Kingdom toward turn 5, and Nismo in the gold R8 is looking to outbreak Tactician, but as they go 3 wide into the corner, Nismo runs out of track, gets into the grass, and he's around and into the tire barrier. The battle carries on, then the downhill right-hander as Hesley, Star, and Tactician are 3 wide. Star backs out of that battle, goes wheel-to-wheel with Snuda, and Sennaboy suffers a major lockup into No Name corner, and he's sliding another spin, and that puts Sennaboy down to 19th position. Rook is battling with Bam Bam down the Camel Straight, and as they hit the braking zone, they're still wheel-to-wheel, and there's contact in turn 6. Bam Bam's around, and Rook is off track. It looks like he's waiting for Bam Bam to recover. After losing positions during the incident with Bam Bam, Rook is catching up with Bravo Tango into turn 5, and a lockup from Bravo Tango ensures that Rook is going to get that position. Coming into the bus stop chicane, Rook and Fate are wheel-to-wheel, and Fate is all out of sorts. That's going to be P6 for Rook. Boring Bong here on the final lap of Stage 1, battling with Drunken Thunder on the Camel Straight. He's got an incredible run at a Radion, and that's going to put Boring Bong into that podium. And here it is, fastest in qualifying and fastest again here in Stage 1. LMP Farhan takes the win, with RMR Widget coming in second place. And P3 belongs to Boring Bong, managing to stay ahead and continue his excellent recovery from Indianapolis earlier this season. For Stage 2's reverse grid, we have Jay Maloney leading Group 1 and Sennaboy 1 leading Group 2. And we are green here for Stage 2. Boring Bong tries to make it 4 wide off the rip, getting into the grass and having to concede the fight as the field charges for turn 1. Jay Maloney, Rook, and Hesley are 3 wide going into the hairpin. Bam Bam just behind, and Boring Bong is still riding that outside line on Fade of the Beard as they go 3 wide with LMP Farhan on the road to Eau Rouge. There's smoke on Radion, and Fate is off, Kingdom's off, and Fate hits Hesley hard. Fate is back across the track, and Star has nowhere to go in that collision. From Star's hood cam, we see contact in Eau Rouge ahead. Tactician hits the tire barrier, Snuda gets collected, and Star is hard on the brakes, but has nowhere to go. Rook is moving on Jay Maloney, and Drunken Thunder is sideways in turn 7. Rook makes the pass into the downhill hairpin just as the virtual safety car gets called out by the race marshal. As the field comes around the track, Fade of the Beard still can't get that Ford going, so it looks like Rook is giving him a push to get him back to the pits. And it's time for the restart here on lap 3. Rook gets away well, taking the green flag. He's all alone through last source. LMP Farhan has moved up from 10th to 4th as Jay Maloney leads Bam Bam, leads Farhan, Widget, and Nismo toward Eau Rouge. Farhan's caught Rook, and that Viper looks ready to make the overtake on the Camel Straight. Rook is going to block the inside line and make sure Farhan takes the long way, and they're wheel-to-wheel into turn 5. A little contact there, still wheel-to-wheel through turn 6. And Rook looks to get a run at a 7, but he's off balance. And Farhan switches back and makes the pass into the downhill hairpin. Bravo Tango experiences another lockup defending from Drunken Thunder, and that's going to cost him another position today as Drunken Thunder moves up the order in Stage 2. Widget is taking the fight to his teammate Bam Bam, looking for that inside line into turn 5. You can tell their team orders have gone out the window today as Widget sneaks through into P3. Snuda doing battle into the downhill hairpin with Jay Maloney as they both catch Sennaboy. Snuda having that outside line is plenty to get him around Jay Maloney. He slots right in between the 2 cars. Not content to hang around, Snuda is taking that inside line through No Name Corner, and he's going to leave Maloney and Senna behind. LMP Farhan grabs another victory, with Rook taking P2 and Widget coming close behind in P3. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the main event, stage 3. We have Farhan on pole after dominating the first 2 stages, with Rook sharing the front row with Widget and Bam Bam just behind. The lights are out on our final stage, and Farhan gets a characteristic jump, leaving Rook, Widget, and Bam Bam behind as they push into turn 1. Boring Bong splits the RMR cars as they go 3 wide through La Source, and Farhan is off. Rook into P1, followed by Boring Bong, Widget, Bam Bam, and Drunken Thunder. The cluster of cars has gotten together in the hairpin, and that's Bravo Tango sideways as the rest of the field heads to Eau Rouge. Widget once again looking to get around his teammate. He looks to the inside and Bam Bam shuts the door. Bam Bam makes contact with Boring Bong, and that gives Widget all the impetus he needs to get a move on, coming alongside Bam Bam and sealing the pass through No Name Corner. Fate of the Beard is looking to redeem himself after the crash in stage 2, but there's contact ahead with Sennaboy 1. He's around, there's smoke everywhere. Contact again with Tactician. Sennaboy's parked. Fate gets through okay. And as they're coming into No Name, Fate suffers a braking issue. And Stitch, also in a Ford, makes devastating contact. Rook's ready for the restart. Boring Bong and Widget both hit the pits, and Rook finds himself alone on the restart once again. Hesley is under pressure from RMR Kingdom on the pit straight, really working the brakes on that Porsche as Snuda joins the party. Kingdom looked inside, but he couldn't find the grip on the exit, and Hesley keeps his position. Snuda is challenging Kingdom for the position on Kemmel Straight. He's going to try to outbrake his teammate into 5. There's contact, and Kingdom goes off. Snuda and Star make the pass. Star pressuring Snuda. Snuda starts to slide, and that's going to be enough for Star. He's going to set his sights on Hesley up ahead. Widget's working on Dalton, and wow, a big lockup there gives Widget the pass. Boring Bong sees trouble ahead. He's looking to capitalize. He's pushing Dalton's right side, and Nismo thinks that's a great idea. He's going to follow through. After a spin in La Source, Farhan is working his way back up from last place. He's got Dalton in his sights. He's getting past Dalton, and he's ready for Nismo. Bam Bam has Rook under pressure through Eau Rouge and into Radion. Rook suffers a loss of grip. He's struggling to hold on to the car. That's Bam Bam into P1. Farhan on the Kemmel Straight looking to get around Boring Bong. He's going to push that outside line and put a car between himself and Nismo. Farhan's looking to catch Widget, and Rook is just coming out of the pits. Widget's going to get around Rook as they settle in for Eau Rouge. Rook's cold tires aren't doing him any favors. Farhan makes the pass, and Radion charging on down the Kemmel Straight to get around Widget. Farhan now has his sights set on Hesley right in that bumper. Hesley goes wide. That's going to give Farhan the room to get around. The Viper and the Porsche are wheel to wheel as they rocket towards the bus stop, but it looks like Farhan has the better line, and Hesley concedes the position. Farhan looking to take the slippery outside line through No Name where Fate suffered his crash earlier. He's going to make it stick, and that's one step closer. Boring Bong looking for something on Widget, but the Lamborghini loses grip and into the tire barrier. Tired is sitting behind Star. Drunken Thunder is going to make a move on the way to Eau Rouge, forcing Star to concede to make it through the turn. Star is back for more in Drunken Thunder. He's going wide. He's into the gravel. That's going to give Star the position. And this is it. 3 wins in a row. LMP Farhan takes a clean sweep of the event here at Spa. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next week as we take to the banks of Homestead to decide who is once and for all the Oval King.